What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. My name's Semicolon, and today I have a new and improved version of the gold making cheat sheet for you. Now, you might be asking, what's new and improved about this cheat sheet? Well, the most tedious and time consuming aspect of the cheat sheet up until now has been manually typing in the prices for everything. It's just time consuming, it's tedious, and no fun. So, the new version of the cheat sheet gets rid of that. So essentially how this video is going to work is I'm just going to run through exactly how to use the cheat sheet, cover all aspects A to Z, and then you're going to have access to it so you can use it and hopefully make some money using this. So we are going to use tailoring as our guinea pig for today. So if you are new to this cheat sheet, never used it before, you might be coming into this and you might look at one of these tabs and be like, what the hell am I supposed to do with it? Where do I start? And essentially, the place you want to start is with the Auctionator shopping strings. But to quickly explain exactly how this sheet works, essentially, you're going to take these Auctionator shopping strings to source the prices of all of this information here. Once the prices of all of this information here has been updated, there are basically it's just a bunch of math that calculates the odds of profitability based on these prices. And the odds, it's all based off of data that I've collected. So I've done a lot of crafting and figured out roughly how much, like resourcefulness and multi-craft procs you can expect based on these multi-craft and resourcefulness values. So you can update the prices and boom, you'll see what's profitable and what's not profitable. And then here's kind of just a snapshot of the knowledge that you are going to need for some of these different items. And I would think it's important saying that, if you're at like 18% multi-craft and like 10% resourcefulness, you'll probably still find some profit depending on what you're looking at for profitability, but it's not going to be the exact same. And there's a small chance that you might have higher stats than what I've recorded on this sheet. I try to basically max out my multi-craft and resourcefulness before I begin gathering the data for this stuff. So I don't know. And in some of the cases, there is still probably some opportunity to increase your multi-craft and or resourcefulness, but you can kind of expect that these are like pretty much capped. So again, that's kind of how the sheet works. You put in the prices and it tells you if it's profitable or not. But there's some nuance, strewn in between those steps that we're going to cover right now. So to get started, number one, you need to have the Auctionator add-on installed for your auction house. And that is basically going to allow you to use these shopping strings. And also another feature that we'll cover in just a moment, which is price exporting. So to get started with tailoring, you would come to this far right section over here and copy the shopping string. Once you copy that shopping string, you're going to go into your game and you are going to go to the shopping tab. This is an Auctionator add-on option for the shopping tab. Once you click shopping, you're going to click import and you're going to paste that shopping string into there and then click import again. That is going to create this tailoring shopping list right here for you. And then to actually run the shopping list, all you need to do is click on it. So by clicking on it, the add-on is automatically just going to search all of these specific items and get the prices for them. Once it is done, once you see this spinning circle thing disappear, you'll know that it's done pulling the prices. And you can then click export results. By clicking export results, it's going to create this little window here. Everything's already pre-highlighted, which is super convenient. Shout out to the add-on maker. And you're just going to copy all of this information again. Once you've copied it, you go back over to the gold cheat sheet. And over on the left-hand side, you're going to see the price list. If you scroll down just a smidge, you're going to see a price export list. Within this price export list, you're just going to paste everything that you just copied into this cell that's highlighted yellow. So by pasting everything into there, it is going to put all of that data starting from this cell down. And then I have a few formulas that it basically extracts the data from all of these different cells. And ultimately what this does is it extracts the data from there and then automatically puts the prices into this price list up here. And then because these prices are now updated from the export, the profit and cost and everything like that is all updated accordingly. So you no longer need to manually type in the prices for each item and go through that process. And yeah, I mean, honestly, that's basically it. That is how you would use the new version of the sheet to update the prices. It's just much quicker. You can see things a lot more. A lot quicker, like I just said. Now, there is one important thing that I need to highlight with this sheet, and that is the price list again. So if by clicking on this first cell here, you're going to see a formula in here. This formula, if it gets overwritten, essentially kind of the automated process of updating these prices is going to break. So if I type in, let's say, for example, I'm doing the tailoring process from A to Z. So I'm unraveling thread, I'm crafting it into weaver cloth bolts, and then I'm crafting those weaver cloth bolts into exquisite weaver cloth bolts. So I put in the prices and I see that, like, okay, unraveling spool of weaver thread is profitable right now. And by doing so, I should get each spool of weaver thread for approximately 9 gold, 99 silver, because the current price of spools of weaver thread is 10 gold, 70 silver on the auction house. But again, by unraveling it myself, my price will be on average 9 gold, 99 silver. So if I wanted to craft that into weaver cloth bolts rank 2, the only way for me to really see what that profitability that is going to be is by overriding the price of spools of weaver thread rank 2. So I can come over to this price list and I can type in the updated price to 9 gold 99. Now what's going to happen is you'll now see that the spool of weaver thread has gone to negative, but we can just ignore that because we've already seen that it is profitable. It's just going to negative because it's now assuming that the price that we're giving the weaver or the spools is exactly the price that they are in the auction house. But by updating that price, we can then see weaver cloth bolts, the prices changes. So let me just undo real quick here. So the value of weaver cloth bolts is 6,638 gold. But again, when we put in our own price, the price jumps to 13,383 gold. So from there, if again, we wanted to then craft exquisite weaver cloth bolts, we can see that our price per weaver cloth bolt on average will be 63 gold and 13 silver. The current price on the auction house is 72 gold. So we can go to weaver cloth bolt and we can type 63.13. Just like the spools, that's going to show that weaver cloth bolts are now no longer profitable, but we can ignore that. And we now see exquisite weaver cloth bolts are much more profitable. And we're looking at 93 gold, 48 silver on average per exquisite weaver cloth by going through that whole process. So the important thing that I want to highlight with this whole spiel that I went on is by me updating the prices of these cells, if I do another price export, these cells will not update. So let's do it again just for example. So I already have the shopping list for the tailoring loaded. So I'm going to export the results, copy that. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to paste it. Now remember, these prices are 63.13 and 9.99. Pasting those prices into here, we can see that they're still 63.13 and 9.99. Again, that's because the formula was overwritten by me manually typing in the prices, which is okay. The reason that I'm mentioning this is what I recommend doing is after you go through and update the prices to kind of see what your final cost is going to be, you want to go through and you want to undo any of the overrides that you did to get that formula back in there. So I just did a couple of undos, and now we can see that those prices are back in there, or sorry, the formulas are back in there. The prices have changed back to what they originally were before I overrode them. So we know that the sheet is back up to, or the price list is back up to, 100% running, no problems, no issues. So that would be my recommendation. I am looking into potential kind of resolutions beyond having to click undo, a way to reset these cells, or maybe add a second price source for manual prices. Like I said, I'm looking into some options, but for the time being, you'll just want to make sure that you click undo if you do any sort of price overrides. So that is the gist for the sheet. Now, I do want to just kind of quickly shout out that we had some new recipes get added to the sheet. So blacksmithing, we have iron claw and charged alloy. And then within cooking, we have a bunch of portion steak recipes, a bunch of fresh filet recipes, and chopped mycobloom. And they all work the exact same way. So you're just going to paste the prices into the export list, and you'll be good to go. So yeah, that's essentially it. That's the spiel. I hope you had a good time watching this, but more so, you probably didn't have a good time. You just, hopefully found some benefit from it. So if you did, give me a like. That would be super cool. If you have any comments, feedback, any recipes you'd like to see, any potential, suggestions for improving the sheet, please let me know. I am currently kind of messing with custom shopping strings. So once you know like what you want to craft, you have a custom shopping string that loads the specific items you need to buy and the quantity, so you can quickly purchase whatever you need to off the auction house. But yeah, again, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. If you want, you could always subscribe. That'd be cool. But kind of my biggest and best recommendation is join Discord. Discord is the best spot for updated versions of the gold making cheat sheet. Versions kind of come out occasionally, sometimes a lot, and then sometimes it might be several weeks in between versions. So that's kind of the best spot to always make sure you have the most up-to-date version of the gold making cheat sheet. So yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. See you later.